This week on WHS in a Minute, Miss Waldron Parr's class created robots.
Our class is reading Frankenstein right now, and so this project gave them an opportunity to feel all of the emotions of being a creator. We used the robotics team's equipment for their Lego robots, and Mr. Rooney was a huge help with letting us use his equipment and also helping us figure out how to use it. And I think many of the students experienced a range of emotions, from frustration and confusion and anger at the very beginning to then starting to get confident and proud and excited about their robot's progress. They did a couple of assignments that connected to Victor's process. Then ultimately the question becomes, if their robot was successful or failed, is it the robot or is it them? So it's kind of like, where does the responsibility lie in terms of achievement and also blame? So for the houses that were destroyed, whose fault is that, and who should be considered, responsible for taking care of that destruction? So it's kind of about that connection of creator and creation, and then where the responsibility lies when that creation gets quote-unquote out of control, which is what happens in the text. So this is my second year doing the project. Last year we just kind of did the robots with the target. This year we added the Lincoln Logs for an element of destruction, and had our point system, and it seems like it worked out pretty well.
My name's Sebastian. I was with the English group that helped do the robots competition, and I mainly helped with the programming of the robots and the main programming of how to move the robots and make sure that they function correctly. And I was the only one that really worked with the robots before with the robotics team, so it really helped benefit everybody to make sure the robots actually moved correctly. I think this competition was pretty cool to show students how robots worked and how simple it can be at some times, but how difficult it can be at other times, and to show how through working through the problem that they can get to the goal of winning.
So the whole point of this project was to try to connect Mary Shelley's Frankenstein to something else, something like a creation, because Victor Frankenstein, as we know in the book, the whole point is he created this human being. So we tried to do the same thing with robots and see the differences and similarities between the two things. And it was very challenging with no prior information on the Lego parts. We had to work together as a team. That was also a struggle because we all, didn't really know much. But like Victor, he didn't know much at the start. But with keep trying.
Also, we have a teacher profile of Mr. Lovett. Mr. Lovett teaches US 1 and Modern World History.
I grew up in Groveland, Massachusetts, and I went to Pentucket Regional High School, it's a regional school where 3 towns, Groveland, Merrimack, and West Newbury, all feed into one high school. In high school, I was once again really into sports. Football and baseball are the sports that I played. I was part of student council as well in high school. And then in high school, me and my friends thought we were cool, so we started a rock band senior year. So I was the lead singer of our rock band, which I will not give the name of just yet because the videos are out there. But yeah, senior year, lead singer of a rock band. So teaching kind of runs in my family. Grandparents, mom, sister all went through education, whether it's teacher, assistant principal, various positions in education. So that inspired me, but also my junior year AP United States history teacher really had a positive impact on me and kind of inspired me to go in the direction of teaching. So Waltham High School was my first job after college. So my student teaching experiences were at Brighton High School, at Framingham High School, and Boston Latin School. That was when I was in college, and then once I graduated undergrad and then got my master's, Waltham High School was my first job right out of college, which was great, a really good fit. First impression of Waltham High School was just how much people care about each other and how people are so welcoming and open, how we value diversity in Waltham, and that really struck me from day one, how important it is to the school culture and the important role that it plays in the school. My favorite thing about teaching, I would say the conversations that I get to have with different teachers, colleagues, and with students every day. I really value people's opinions, and I think you have conversations that you might feel a certain way, but you can learn from somebody else with how they feel. And I think the diverse perspectives is great. And I really value those conversations. So on a day-to-day basis, I think that's my favorite part of the job. The best part of my job. I think the best part of my job is seeing the growth of students from day 1 to day 180, and then from freshman year to senior year. I think that always amazes me to see how students grow and mature, and how their work progresses, but just who they become as human beings. I think that's the best part of my job, and the part I value the most. I'm involved in the school through teaching and then through coaching as well. So I coach football, basketball, and baseball. Some of my hobbies outside of school. I like sports, like to watch sports, play sports. I run marathons. That's kind of become a passion and a hobby of mine as well. And read. I like to read and hang with family and spend time with my nephews and my niece. And I really value the family time outside of school too.